Just thinking about
because I said
being shy. That is not being shy. For this one, I am so hungry. But even when we go to eat lunch, I'm gonna have to eat slow. So I have to like cut my food out really small.
too big. Ladies and gentlemen, we have our attention back in place. We're going to hear about the internet. We're going to start with the comments. Please give them a warm welcome. I'm Timothy Cochran. I'm Colonel Lamb.
I'm Jeremiah Taylor.
And we'll be discussing the internet cons. The Medical Association of America is considering guidelines for internet use amongst teens. While the internet is used for many good things, just like everything, it can be abused. The internet was invented in 1983 by Robert Kahn and Tim Kerr as a tool for communications. It was also used as a way to get ahead of the rappers at the time in the Soviet Union. While the internet has evolved in many good ways since 1983, the bad problems that come along with the internet become more common. These problems can be things such as addiction causing our exclusion from society, physical effects such as obesity, lessened reaction times, and loss of eyesight, and the internet is an open door to cyberbullying. These bad effects can be limited with the establishment of guidelines to internet use for teens, or by parents monitoring what their kids do while they're on the internet.
My name is Jordan Maynard,
I'm Lily Gates.
and we are presenting the pros of the internet. So the internet, as we know it, is a global system of computers that connects everybody everywhere and has all the information. So it was invented, it was not always like that. It was invented in 1965 by an MIT scientist in working with a government defense program, a US government program called ARPA. It was called the ARPANET, and it was made as a backup communication system if the Soviet Union destroyed our communications. And then that was kind of brought to the government so that they don't use it. It was made as it is today by Tim Berners-Lee in 1990. It was developed into the World Wide Web, where the public could use it and share information, put stuff up there. And in 1993, it began to pick up. Its noticeable use was seen to the public, and it has just gone on from there. And the AMA needs guidelines on how to use it, how parents should utilize it. So here, that's that.
One major con to the internet is addiction. Internet addiction is a very real growing issue. Internet addiction disorder, IAD, has been defined as the excessive use of computers that interferes with daily life. Internet addicts make the internet a priority over family, friends, and even their work. They offer the temporary pleasure that the internet gives them, opposed to a regular, healthy relationship. Plus, it also has social deprivation as well. 15 to 30% of all internet addicts have severe forms of anxiety and or depression. 70% of these addicts have or develop other addictions as well. Plus, 1 in 8 Americans suffer from IAD. Therefore, the American Medical Association should be considering guidelines for teens because they can become addicted.
Internet entertainment is becoming an increasingly popular business. And 1/3 of the whole world uses the internet. And 75% of internet users use internet entertainment such as video sites and social media and such. That makes, if 1/3 of the world uses the internet and 3/4 of internet users use the internet, and that makes 1/4 of the world they use. It is also a very big industry. The U.S. alone is expected to spend $300 billion improving the industry, but that is nothing compared to the $625 billion that they're expected to get. And it only goes up every year. It's a very big way to make money.
The American Medical Association should make guidelines on internet use because of the negative physical effects it can have if overused. Optometrists find that 14% of their patients suffer symptoms from overuse of the internet. These include neck and shoulder pain, blurred vision, and eye strain. There is also a correlation between internet use and obesity. A study by Milken Institute found that with every 10% increase in money spent on technology, there is a 1% increase in obesity. Side effects of obesity can include high blood pressure, high amounts of fats in the blood, and heart disease. Due to these statistics, it is important that the American Medical Association makes guidelines on the internet for a healthier society.
The internet has had many positive and drastic effects on education. It has increased the amount of information that is available to the public, such as public records, current events, and even academic resources. The internet has also increased the number of people who are able to attend college through online schools. Online schools can make it so that people who otherwise have not been able to get a college education have a chance to succeed. The internet is also used in schools, and in the last year, there's been a 96% increase in the number of students taking online classes. Online classes can make courses available to students that they would have not been able to take due to the lack of materials, resources, or teachers to teach the subject. The internet can also make it so that students who miss a day or more of school can remain caught up and in touch with their teachers. These are the reasons why 7.1 million students take online courses today.
With the extreme advancements in the internet recently, the spread of where it is used, the bad things that come along with the internet have become more common. Since the internet is a major form of communications, bullying can often occur. While bullying is a repeated act of picking or harassing one or more people, cyberbullying is much worse because it is hard to avoid. Cyberbullying can cause emotional effects such as anxiety and depression. 1 in 10 freshmen in high school report being often harassed, and suicide rates have been on the rise. In a study from the Megan Meyer Foundation, suicide rates have risen from 1.36 to 2.48 people per 1 million from increased use of social media sites. These bullies online can often get jail time, with cyberbullying being considered a federal crime. Also, kids who are cyberbullied are often bullied in school. This can lead them not to want to go. In a study from The Atlantic, around 160,000 kids skip school each day to keep from seeing the people who bully them online. This is why cyberbullying is a major problem that can be stopped with a limit to internet use for teens.
Internet communication is also a very large industry. There are many forms of it, such as instant messaging, email, and social media. They all have their benefits. Instant messaging is instant, and you can connect with anybody in the world anytime, anywhere. And it's real time, and you can see what each other is saying, but it does not share the various forms of media as does email. Email is used more in the professional world or by employees. And it can share directly with one person, 2 people, however many people you want to send it to. It can share any type of media you want it to, such as pictures and videos, and links to websites to share them information. And social media is also very large, very widely used for communication. It communicates with lots of people fast and it can also be used to put out ads in the public to promote businesses and hire people for jobs.
In conclusion, when discussing the impact of the internet on society, primarily the impact that it has on teenagers, we need to be very aware that the cons outweigh the pros. Yes, there are many positive aspects to this innovation, such as communication for just with friends or with teachers, and many teenagers rely on the internet as a primary source for information. However, there are a number of significant cons, and we need to make sure that when teenagers are using the internet, it's not just hindering them. Therefore, there needs to be some form of restriction on internet usage. Our thoughts were that there could be a time limit that parents could set up to make sure that teens are not on the internet for too long of a time, or a web filter to make sure that they're using the internet appropriately. Therefore, the American Medical Association should have guidelines for teenagers on internet usage because of addiction, the excessive use and physical effects of it, and cyberbullying.
Of the many modifications that the internet has made to our lives, the best of these are the changes to education, communication, and entertainment. The American Medical Association should not suggest that parents enforce strict and harsh guidelines on their children's internet use, so that children can have full access to the internet and all that it contains, because it is not a villain, it is a valuable resource.
Questions? Right here. Okay.
Sorry, good. So you said that it increases the number of people that go to college, but does that increase the rate of graduation or decrease from normal people that would go to the actual school?
I did not research graduation rates, but I would imagine that with the number of people attending college increasing, the graduation rate will also increase.
Other questions? Ms. Johnston?
I have a question for the con group, just an informational question. You mentioned internet addiction. Find anything in your research that explains what constitutes internet addiction? What's the threshold? When is someone addicted?
So there were things in my research where they were abusing it, where they were lying about how much they used it and staying on it for longer than they initially planned to.
Okay.
Any other questions? Very good, thank you.